This one is just an introduction of symmetry. One more to event, just a moment. So we're going to have what that symmetry means. This one is just easy. As easy as the circle yesterday.
To understand what symmetry is, let's draw an isosceles triangle. It's a triangle in which two of its sides are equal. Now let me give you an easy task. You need to
Can you see my screen now?
Yes.
There you
understand.
go.
Yeah.
Begin. There you go.
To understand what symmetry is, let's draw an isosceles triangle. It's a triangle in which two of its sides are equal. Now let me give you an easy task. You need to think if we can divide this triangle into two parts such that both the parts match exactly when they're folded along a line. How would you divide the triangle if this condition has to be satisfied?
We're going to
Fold
fold
it
this one
along a
in here.
line such that both parts formed match exactly. Pause the video and give it a shot. It's easy and I'm sure most of you would have got it right. If we draw a line like this, the condition will be satisfied. Yes, it's a vertical line which divides the triangle into two parts which match exactly when folded along the line. If the part on the right is taken over to the left, we see that they overlap exactly. And that is why this shape is said to be symmetrical. The two parts match exactly when folded along a line. Now let me give you another figure. I draw the isosceles triangle this way and ask you the same question. How would you divide the triangle into two parts such that both the parts match exactly when they are folded along a line? Yes, we can draw a horizontal line like this. We get two parts which match exactly. When one is folded or flipped, it overlaps exactly over the other. Both these lines we see here are called the lines of symmetry or the axes of symmetry. This triangle has a vertical axis of symmetry as this line is vertical, and this one has a horizontal axis of symmetry as this line is horizontal. Now I want you to think about the next question I'm going to ask you. Can a shape have more than one axis of symmetry? If you look at just these two triangles, you would probably say no, because there is no other line which can divide these triangles into two parts that match exactly. But the correct answer is that a shape can have more than one axis of symmetry. Look at this rectangle. These two parallel sides are equal. These two parallel sides are equal, and all four angles measure 90 degrees. It will have a horizontal axis of symmetry like this. When one part is flipped over, it will overlap exactly with the other. And it will also have a vertical symmetry like this. Flip this part and we see the perfect overlap. So a rectangle has a horizontal as well as a vertical line of symmetry. But wait, some of us may be wondering if the diagonals are also the axis of symmetry. Let's say we have a diagonal like this. You can see that folding it along the diagonal does not give us matching parts. You can try this with a page from your notebook. Try and fold it along the diagonal and you will see that the parts do not overlap exactly. Okay, here's another question for you. Can a figure have more than two axes of symmetry? If yes, then which figure? Again, the answer is yes. Take the example of a square. All its sides are equal and all four angles are right angles. It has a horizontal as well as a vertical axis of symmetry just like the rectangle. But for a square, the two diagonals will also be the axis of symmetry. If we fold it along this diagonal, the parts match. And even if we fold it along this diagonal, these two parts overlap exactly. So a square has 4 axes of symmetry: horizontal, vertical, and the 2 diagonals. More than 4? What if we have a figure like a regular hexagon? A regular hexagon is a closed figure with 6 equal sides and 6 equal angles. How many axes of symmetry does a regular hexagon have? Pause the video and try to arrive at the correct answer. Are obvious? These 2 diagonals would also be the axes of symmetry. Do you think there are any more? Yes, the line joining the midpoints of these 2 sides. And the line joining the midpoints of these 2 sides will also be the axis of symmetry, folding the figure along matching paths. 6 in all. And a circle, on the other hand, has infinite axes of symmetry. No matter how we draw the line passing through the center, the 2 paths formed will always fold perfectly along that line. Did you know that nature loves symmetry? The best example of symmetry in nature would be that of a human face. It has a vertical axis of symmetry. What we saw in this video is reflectional symmetry. If one part is kept against a mirror, its reflection will give us the other part. Let's say we keep half the hexagon on this side of the mirror, its reflection will give us the other half. Hence it's called reflectional symmetry. Is there some other type of symmetry too? Yes, we will cover that in the next session.
Can you hear me now? Hello? Can you hear me?
Yes. No. Hello.
Okay, so children, our lesson for today is about symmetrical shapes. Okay, so symmetrical shapes, we have the symmetrical axis also. Okay, so we have here, just a moment, I will just going to pin my ching ching. Okay, so what shape is this, children? What shape is this one? What shape is this?
A triangle.
Okay, so when we say symmetrical shapes, okay, so if we're going to fold that object, it has the same size with the other side. Okay, so we have here the first example is the triangle, right? So we have here a triangle. So I fold it in here. So does it have the same size to the other side? Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay, so this one is a symmetrical shape. It has the same size of the other side if we're going to fold it. So we have here a line. You can see a line in here at the center. So that this is what we call the symmetrical shapes. Okay, so how many symmetrical lines do we have for the rectangle, for the triangle, children? How many? How many? One only. Okay, so if we're going to have this one, this is what we call the vertical line. Okay, so if our rectangle is in this shape, if we're going to do like this one, this is what we call the horizontal. Vertical for the straight line. This one. Horizontal is for just this one. Can you understand? This one is vertical, this one is horizontal. Can you understand me? Yes or no? Hello. Okay, this one, if we're going to do like this one, this is a vertical line going up. If we're going to do like this one, going just a like blank line, that is horizontal line. Do you understand? Okay, so for the triangle, we only have one symmetric axis. Okay, so how about this one? What is this, children?
A rectangle.
A rectangle. Okay, so we're just going to imagine that this one is a square, okay? So we're going to have this one as the rectangle, the bigger one, okay? So we're going to have the smaller one as the square. Anyway, this one is not a square, okay? But then we're just going to imagine. Okay, so how many symmetric axes does a rectangle have? Does a square have?
4.
4. 4. Okay, let me see if we have 4. So we have here, this one 1. So 2. We cannot do it for this one. This one is a rectangle anyway. Supposedly it would be a it would be a square. I don't have the perfect shape of the square. Okay, I cannot do it for this one because this one is a rectangle. Okay, so we're going to have the rectangle first. Okay, how many symmetrical lines does a rectangle have, children?
2.
2. Okay, so we have here for this one 1, 1 for this one, and then 2 for this one. Okay, so we have here the symmetrical. Can you see this one? This is what we call the symmetric axis. Okay, symmetrical axis in here. 1, we have 1 in here, and then we have 1 in here. 1 diagonal, 1 vertical, and 1 horizontal. Can you follow? Horizontal is just like a blank. Vertical is a line that like this one. This is a line. Imagine this one is a line. Okay, it going down. Okay, for the horizontal, it's just like a blank line. Can you follow? Can you follow? So how many symmetrical axes does a rectangle have, children?
2.
2. Great job. How about a square? How about a square? 4.
4.
Okay, so anywhere. Okay, what is the perfect symmetrical figure that you have seen in the video a while ago? That if you're going to fold anywhere in the part, it will just be the same to the other sides.
A
I'm
hexagon.
going a hexagon. Great job. A hexagon. I'm going to give you 2 points. One more symmetrical figure that we have in there that you have watched a while ago. One more. Aside from hexagon. Circle, children. Circle. Okay, now we're going to move on to another one. Okay, so just a moment. Okay, and anyway, you have seen in the video a while ago that anywhere in our nature, we have the symmetrical figures. Could you please give me an example that you can see anywhere that if you're going to fold it, it will have the same size to the other side? Sophia.
Paper.
Paper, yeah.
A
Okay,
heart.
1 point each. Who is that aside from Sophia who just answered a while ago?
Go home.
Cow home. Cow home. Okay. Sophia, what's your answer?
A heart.
A hat.
Heart.
Yeah. How many symmetrical axes can you get in there?
1.
1. Great job. How about for the paper, cow home? How many symmetrical shapes are you going to get if you're going to fold the paper? Symmetrical axes. How many?
4.
You sure? 4? Paper? What is
One.
the shape of a paper? What is the shape of the paper, children?
Rectangle.
Rectangle. So how many for the rectangle?
2.
Okay, great job. Axis of symmetry. Okay, so we have the axis of symmetry. Okay, how about what else? What else? Sophia.
A hexagon.
A hexagon. No. I am asking for the nature. Nature, all around you. Nature. Okay, so I'm going to give you one example. It's butterfly. If the butterfly we're gonna fold its wings, it has one axis of symmetry. What else aside from butterfly? What else?
Star.
What is it?
Star.
A star. How many line of symmetry does a star have? Very good. Who is that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Great job, yeah. Great job. Aside from a star, what else? Look around you. That if you're going to imagine that if you're going to fold that object, it has the same symmetry as the other side. Aside from a star, aside from a butterfly, aside from the paper, of course, but then paper is not a nature tutu. It's an object. Okay, aside from those, what else? Aside from those, what else? Sophia?
A notebook.
A notebook. If you're going to fold your notebook, how many axes of symmetry do you have for your notebook?
2.
2. Okay, what is the shape of your notebook, Sophia, anyway?
A rectangle.
A rectangle. Okay. What else aside from those, children? Aside from those, what else? Sophia again.
A plate.
A plate. Okay, a plate. Okay, a plate is a circle. So if you're going to fold it anyway, it's just the same. Okay, maybe some plates are circle. Do you have a square plate with you?
No.
No. Okay, what else aside from plates? A flower also. A flower also, children. That some flowers, if you're going to fold it, it's just the same. The same size as the other side. Okay. What else aside from flowers? Yeah.
Leaf.
Leaf. Okay, great job. How many symmetrical shapes does a leaf have? How many symmetric axes of symmetry? I'm so sorry. How many axes of symmetry does a leaf have? If you're going to fold it, how many lines does it have? How many?
1.
1. Great job. Great job. What else aside from leaf? Aside from leaf, what else, children? You think. You look around you. What else can you see that it's just the same size if you're going to fold it? Focus 1, do you have something in mind?
A book.
A book. Okay, how many axes of symmetry does a book have?
2.
2. Okay. How about, okay, we're just going to ask you, maybe you are just shy to answer. How about Rada? Rada, do you have something in mind? Boom? Winning? How about the others? Andy? August? Okay, Sophia, go on.
A box.
A box. Okay, what is the shape of a box anyway?
A square.
A square. Okay, so how many axes of symmetry does a box have?
4.
4. Great job. What else aside from a box? Okay, so those were just an example of symmetric figures. Okay, now we're going to move on with another one. Okay, so just a moment, children. This one is just easy. Easy, Mark. Very easy. Now we're going to have this one more. Reflectional symmetry. Reflectional symmetry. So you just have seen a while ago, some symmetrical and asymmetrical shapes. Asymmetrical shapes doesn't have, if you're going to fold it, it's not the same shape to the other side, okay? Later on, we're going to have that one, okay? But for now, we're going to have this one. Oh, we are finished with it. Okay, here we go. Symmetrical and asymmetrical features. Okay, so if we have symmetrical features, we also have asymmetrical features. Asymmetrical features means if you're going to fold that object, it is not the same to the other side. Okay, it's the opposite. Okay, just a moment. We're just going to stop presenting. What is it? Here we go. We have the symmetrical and asymmetrical or asymmetrical figure. Can you see your screen now, children?
No.
Yes.
Here we go. Coming in, coming in. Chung chung.
Today we will learn symmetrical figures, asymmetrical figures, and line of symmetry. So let's get started. Here is an image of a heart. Can you fold it exactly halfway so that its two
Yes.
halves are exactly similar, or one half completely covers the other?
Other half.
Let's try. Here we are folding it. Yeah, it completely covers.
Thus, a heart shape is a symmetrical figure. Yes or no, children? Thus, a heart
Yes.
shape is a symmetrical figure. And then symmetrical figure. Is it? Yes or no? Yes, it
Yes.
is. Should be yes, it
The other
is, because
half.
you're going to do that in your notebook. How about a circle? Is it a
And when
symmetrical
you can fold
figure?
a shape in half,
Is it? Yes.
Yes.
Yes, it is.
and one half exactly covers the other half, we can say that
You
the
see,
shape
it covers
is
the other half. Symmetrical.
symmetrical. And the fold line is the line of symmetry.
Okay, so this is
So,
what I am telling you a while ago, children. So this line is what we call the line of symmetry, or what we call axis of symmetry. Chung, 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 this one. Line or axis of symmetry. Okay?
this shape is a symmetrical shape. And this line of fold that divides the shape into two similar halves is the line of symmetry. Now, let's try this with another figure. Here we have an image. Let's try to
Okay,
fold
there's
it
a flower
and see
is a
if it is a
symmetrical figure. Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes, it is. Okay, yes, it is.
symmetrical figure or not. Here we are folding it. Yes, if we fold this image here, it completely covers the other half.
Okay, so what do you
it's
call this
a
line, children? What do you call this line? I'm going to give you 2 points if you can answer. What do you call this
Michelle,
line?
repeat again, please.
What do you call this line? What do you call this line? Chung, 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 chung.
2.
No, I am not asking for how many symmetrical lines or what do you call this line? Anybody? Just tell me your nickname if you wanna recite, because I am not looking at my screen. I am looking at the video. What do you call this line? Anybody? Okay, this is what you call the line of symmetry or axis of symmetry. Ooh, line of symmetry. This one, line of symmetry. Okay, what kind of line is this? Is it vertical or horizontal?
Vertical. Sophia.
Sophia.
Vertical.
Okay, that is a vertical line. Okay, great job. Now we're going to move on.
symmetrical image. And this
One
line
more.
of fold
Line of symmetry.
is its line of symmetry. Now, let's try the same with another figure. Here is a rectangle. Let's fold this rectangle halfway.
Is it
If
the
we
same?
fold it here, it does not work.
No.
Example,
It is not.
one half does not cover the other half.
The other
So
half.
let's try another way. Let's fold it this way. Yeah, if we fold it here, it works. That is, one half is completely covering the other half. So we got to know that this figure is symmetrical, and this line of fold is the line of symmetry.
Do not forget the line of symmetry or
Now,
axis
kids,
of symmetry.
you have a fair
okay?
idea what are symmetrical figures and what is line of symmetry. Now, let's
Can you
see a few
understand, children?
examples of some.
Can you understand the line of symmetry in the symmetrical figure? Figures that if we're going to fold, it covers the other half of it. It has the same size as the other. That's the half, okay? As the other side. Okay, so we have the kinds of lines. Okay, so we have the vertical line and the horizontal line. These are examples of vertical lines. Chung 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 chung. Vertical lines. The horizontal lines is just like a blank line, blank. Okay, so we have also the line of symmetry or axis of symmetry. Axis of symmetry is these lines. These lines. Ching, ching, ching. These lines, okay? Now we're going to move on. This one is just easy.
Some symmetrical figures and their line of symmetry.
This is what I am telling you, a butterfly.
Here we have a butterfly. So it's a
How many line
symmetrical
of symmetry? How many line of symmetry does a butterfly have? How many?
2.
A butterfly have two line of
One.
symmetry?
One.
Okay.
One.
figure. And the line of fold is the line of symmetry. Here we have another symmetrical figure, a rabbit.
A rabbit.
And we
A
can
rabbit.
fold it exactly halfway.
Okay, so how many
So it's a
symmetrical
symmetrical
figure?
figure. And the line of fold.
How many symmetrical figure? How many line of symmetry does a rabbit have?
One.
One. In what kind of symmetrical line? What kind of symmetrical? Is it horizontal or vertical? Is it horizontal or vertical line? What kind of line? Is it
A
a
vertical
vertical line? Anyway, children, it depends upon the position of the object. If you're going to do like this position, you can have a vertical, a horizontal line. Okay, if you're going to do the other position. Okay, so if the position is he is standing, you can get a vertical line. But if he is lying down, you can get a horizontal line. It depends upon the position, sometimes the position of an object. Can you understand, teacher? Yes or no?
Yes.
Can you understand me? Yes or no? Okay, great.
Is the line of symmetry. Here are some more examples. A is a perfect example of symmetrical figures. This smiley too. And this trapezium too. Have a look at all these figures.
What kind of shape is this one? 2 points. What kind of shape is this one? Anybody? 2 points. You just heard a while ago. Let me see. What kind of shape is this one, children? Anybody? Anybody? Who wants to try? 3 points. From 2 points, I'm going to raise it up. 3 points. Still nobody? 4 points. 5 points. I'm going to count Up to 10? Sophia, you're writing more than higher score, are you? Okay, Sophia, what kind of shape is this one?
A symmetrical shape.
No? What is the name of this shape? Anyway, sorry. So if this one is a circle, what is the name of this shape? So we have the rectangle, the square, the circle, the heart shape, the star shape. What do you name this one? We have the diagonal also. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to count 10. 1. Sophia, go on. 2.
A quadrilateral.
Quadrilateral or a trapezium? But you're right, it's a
And their
quadrilateral.
line symmetry. Kids, now let's learn making a symmetrical figure. It's interesting. Let's take a piece of paper. Now fold it halfway and make any shape along the fold like this. And
Okay,
cut
so
it
that's
out.
a
Now
star.
open the fold. What do you see?
What can you see?
Here is a symmetrical.
What can you see? What is this?
A star.
Ah,
Yeah, it is.
Shape with two halves that can cover each other. And this line of fold is our line of symmetry. You can make many symmetrical figures this way. Now, let's learn about the line of symmetry of a circle. Here we have a circle. Is it a symmetrical figure?
Is it? Yes or
Let's
no?
find.
Yes.
Okay, so in your book, children, if you're going to answer yes, you have to put it yes, it is. Okay? No, it is not. You understand? Okay, great.
okay.
Find it out
Great, great.
by folding it halfway. Yes, if we fold it halfway,
Okay, this is what I am
it's
telling you a
one
while ago.
half covers
This
the
one is vertical. This is the vertical line. This is the horizontal line. It's like a blank. This is what I'm referring when I say blank. You're just going to put the answer. This is just like a blank line. Blank. Ching, okay. Vertical, horizontal. Vertical, horizontal. What kind of line is this one? Anybody? Sophia.
A horizontal.
A horizontal line. How about this one? What kind of line is this? Anybody? Aside from Sophia, anybody else? Aside from Sophia, anybody else? Focus one, are you there? What kind of line is this one? Upward, downward line. Focus one.
Yes.
What kind of line is this one? Can you see my cursor? This one, what kind of line is this? We have two kinds of line. We have two kinds of line in this one, symmetrical figure. Okay, so what do you call this one? What kind of line is this? Is this vertical or horizontal line? Am I too fast? Just tell me if I'm too fast. Okay, what kind of line is this one? Vertical or a horizontal line? Vertical or a horizontal line? Yeah, you wanna try? Or anybody from the class? Okay, go on, Sophia. Sophia.
A vertical.
Again, please.
Vertical.
Okay, a vertical line. Great.
other half complete. completely. So it's a symmetrical figure. Now let's see how many lines of symmetry can you make in a circle.
Circle a lot.
Try
I have a
folding the
lot.
circle halfway. We
What's the
can
same?
fold it here. We can fold it here too.
Wow. You
So
see?
we can make any number of lines of symmetry in a circle, as all the lines that pass through the center of the circle are lines of symmetry. Kids,
Okay.
now let's
We're
see
going to
some
have a recap.
asymmetrical.
Okay, just a moment. Just a moment. We're just going to have a recap of our lesson yesterday. Okay, what do you call this one? The point in at the center. What do you call this one? Oh, no way, no way, no way. Do not go.
Figures.
Do not go. Okay, so this one is the center. Okay, what do you call from this point going to the other side of this of from the other side of the circle? Is it radius or diameter or a chord? Anybody? 2 points each. Okay, we're just having a recap of our lesson yesterday. I'm so sorry. We have two. Okay, what do you call this one? From the line. A line that is started from the center point going to the other side circle. Is it radius, diameter, or a chord? We have radius, diameter, chord. Radius, diameter, and chord. What kind of line is this one? Anybody? Okay, so this one is a radius. Okay, we're just going to answer. Radius, and then we have here from the other point, it passes through the center going to the other side of the circle. This is what we call the diameter. And then a chord is a line that doesn't pass through the center of a circle. It's just from one point going to the other point, but it never passes through the center point. Okay? Now we're going to move on. So children, we just have to
Let's
recap
see
our lesson
some
yesterday.
asymmetrical figures.
Okay, so going
This
back
is an
to our lesson.
asymmetrical figure.
Okay, going
As
back to
we
our
can
lesson. If we have the symmetrical figure, that if we're going to fold the other half, it covers the other half, or it has just the same size to the other half. Okay, so that is what we call the symmetrical figure. We also have the opposite, the asymmetrical figure. Okay, asymmetrical figure, if we're going to fold, it is not the
fold
same
it
as the other
into
side.
two halves
This one is asymmetrical figure.
that can
It
cover
is not
each
the same.
other. Like
Okay,
this.
they can cover each other. Okay,
Here are
that
some
is
more
a symmetrical
examples.
figure.
Have a look. These figures
They can.
are asymmetrical. These numbers and characters are perfect.
Okay. So asymmetrical figure, does they cover, if you're going to fold it the other half, does they cover the other half? Yes or no? Asymmetrical figure, is it? Yes or no? Sophia?
No.
No, it isn't. It isn't covered the other half. Okay, that is the opposite of symmetrical. Asymmetrical. Okay, asymmetrical and the symmetrical. Symmetrical, asymmetrical. Can you follow, children? Can you understand me? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes, great job. Okay, so here we go. So if you understand, really understand, I'm going to let you answer page. Could
Examples
you
of
please? Oh my goodness. Could you please open your book on page 179. 179, children. Okay, so we have here for page 179, we have here create three symmetric shape cutouts by following the instructions. Okay, just a moment. Oh, you're just going to make a symmetric shapes. Any symmetric shapes, okay? I will just going to let you you make your own symmetric shapes. Can you follow? For the activity number 1. Now we're going to move on with activity number 2. Open your book on page 180. Open your book. Okay, page 180. Page 180, Math 4B. There you go. On Math 4B, you have here. We have here some questions. Number 1, we have, is a rectangle a symmetric shape? Okay, is a rectangle is a symmetric shape? Okay, if you're going to answer yes, you're going to put yes it is. You understand, children? If your answer is yes, yes it is. If no, you're going to write no, it is not. I already told you that a while ago. Okay? If your answer is yes, you're going to write yes, it is. If your answer is no, you're going to write no, it is not. Can you understand? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes. Great. So we have here number 2 are the diagonals of a rectangle, its axis of symmetry. And number 3, how many axes of symmetry does a rectangle have? How many? How many? Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. We had that one a while ago. Okay. Next, for the activity number 3, find 3 real life objects with squares of different sizes that can fit onto a piece of paper. Draw the squares in their axis of symmetry. Then answer each question. Is a square a symmetric shape? You had just watched a while ago. You don't need to do something. You don't need to draw. But if you didn't watch and you didn't listen, you have to. Okay. Are the diagonals of the square its axis of symmetry? And then how many axes of symmetry does a square have? How many? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Next we have another one. Okay, I'm going to, for number 2, just a moment, children. For number 2, we have activity number 2, activity 2, number 2. I'm going to put this one, activity 2, number 2. Okay, the answer is, it's in plural, children. It's in plural. So, R. We are using R. Are the diagonals of a rectangle its axis of symmetry? No, they aren't. No, they aren't. Okay? Aren't. No, they are not. It means they are not. It's just a shortcut. Okay? Next, for the activity number 3, number 2, activity 3, number 2. That is activity 3, okay? Activity 3, number 2, are the diagonals of a square, its axis symmetry. Its axis symmetry, so we have here, yes, they are. Okay? That's in plural form, children. Can you follow? Can you follow? Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay, great. There you go. So we have activity 4. Find 3 real-life objects. You don't need to. It's a circle of, but then if you are not listening a while ago, you have to. I'm so sorry. Okay, next we have here is the diameter of a circle, its axis of symmetry, circle only. So you have to, yes it is, no it is, okay? So it is in singular form, okay? You will be the one to answer for number 2, for the number 2 in activity 4. It's just easy. Okay?